offering my advice because I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be social media, Instagram this. I don't know what it's like to be bombarded and have to be the breadwinner in the family and be a brand and be worried about what I do or say and everything else, or 24/7 being pulled in so many different directions and not knowing. I mean, throw in the fact that if I'm insecure, if I've got my own mental issues going on, who do I talk to? I don't regret being born when I was.
Right.
I'm in the right place at the right time. It's just been fascinating to watch these young ladies come up and now take the baton and take it to a different level.
She handled it in a graceful way as well.
1 minute ago, a legend spoke, and the entire basketball world changed. Cheryl Miller said Team USA didn't want Caitlin Clark to be their centerpiece. The reason? Politics, protection, and a fear of a new face. Stay for the whole breakdown.
Speaking, I feel like she ought to be able to wear her 22. But nonetheless, it looks like she's making a big change, folks. There's a case to be made that Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark's 22 is the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. I don't think there's even I don't think it's arguable at all. I just think when you think of far and away women's sports.
If you love women's basketball, this matters. Caitlin Clark re-energized a league, but insiders now say Team USA pushed back, not because of skills, but because she threatened the status quo. Today we'll unpack Cheryl Miller's claim, timeline the events, show the evidence, and explain what it means for fans and the sport.
Ultimately, it didn't matter because Clark was out, of course, with the groin injury. Let's just scroll down here because Sonia Cintron also was on the All-Star team. She wore 22. But the same can't be said for Team USA basketball, as players aren't allowed to share the same jersey number when suiting up for the national team. In fact, players are forced to wear a completely different number than what they're accustomed to on their professional teams. Caitlin Clark is going to wear number 17 at Team USA training camp. I'm going to tell you this.
Cheryl Miller, Hall of Famer, coach, and one of the sport's most respected voices. Caitlin Clark, rookie turned cultural phenomenon, a ratings engine who brought new fans to the WNBA. 2 generations, one question. When a newcomer becomes massive, does the system embrace her or protect what it already built?
Off season, with the front office we don't trust, we don't believe in, we can't believe anything they say, and we don't know what's really going to happen with Caitlin Clark's health. This sucks, man. This sucks. I feel bad for Caitlin because I know she wanted to be out there for the fans, to put on a show. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Man, just even the photos she posted, it's like, man, we was ready.
In a recent public appearance, Cheryl Miller said what many fans only suspected, that elements inside Team USA were uncomfortable making a 22-year-old rookie the face of the program. She described decisions made to protect veterans and avoid one player overshadowing the roster.
And as far as I was concerned, I was just glad to know eventually I wasn't the only girl playing basketball and balling, and playing at a high level. But it's been a blessing just to watch the women grow and watch the women find their voices, use their platforms, and finally get paid.
Right.
That's been, if anything, the flowers for me is to see their achievements now.
Quick timeline. July. Clark suffers a right groin injury during WNBA play and later withdraws from all-star activities. In November/December, Clark accepted a spot at the USA Basketball Senior National Team Camp and was listed wearing a different number than her WNBA 22, a small detail that still stung many fans who saw it as another symbolic slight. Cheryl's point, this wasn't one-off. Fans and some pundits pointed to a pattern: colder body language from teammates, rotations that surprised viewers, and contact that seemed to go unpunished. Put together, Cheryl says it paints a picture of a system that prefers continuity over disruption. The internet erupted. Some cheered Cheryl for speaking truth. Others warned against reading everything as a conspiracy. We sampled fan sentiment. Here are the loudest themes. We spoke to coaches and analysts. Selection is about chemistry, experience, and medal runs. But those same objectives can create incentives to favor veterans, even at the cost of mainstream buzz. Two systems collide. Team USA's short-term incentive equals gold medals. The WNBA's long-term incentive equals stars who sell out arenas and TV slots. If a governing body prioritizes the former, the latter can be sidelined. That tension is at the heart of Cheryl Miller's warning. Scenario A, embrace. Team USA works the politics, markets Clark, and everyone benefits. Scenario B, managed. Clark plays but isn't marketed as the face. Fans are lukewarm. Scenario C, rift. The divide deepens and fan disillusionment grows. Cheryl Miller put a spotlight on a choice: protect the old order or let the sport evolve around new stars. For women's basketball, the stakes are growth, livelihoods, and who inspires the next generation. If we want the game to expand, our institutions must listen. What do you want to see next? Tell us in the comments. 1 minute ago, the entire basketball world shifted on its axis because Cheryl Miller, the woman many consider the greatest women's basketball player of all time, the pioneer, the superstar who walked so today's players could run, finally broke her silence and revealed a truth that fans have felt in their bones for months, but were too afraid to say out loud. Team USA never wanted Caitlin Clark. And when Cheryl said it, she didn't whisper, she didn't imply, she didn't hide behind vague language or careful PR talk. She said it with the authority of someone who has lived the politics of women's basketball from the inside. Her words sent shockwaves across the sports landscape because they connected every strange moment of the past year. The suspicious hard fouls, the weird benchings, the cold body language, the controversial snubs, the number change drama, the injuries that were handled poorly, the silence from the league, and the endless excuses, into one chilling pattern. Cheryl said what fans have long suspected: Caitlin Clark wasn't welcomed into the system because she didn't come from the system. She wasn't built by the political circles inside women's basketball. She didn't rise through the approved pathways. She wasn't groomed behind the scenes like certain other players. She came from Iowa, a place nobody expected would birth the most watched, most impactful generational star the sport has ever seen. She arrived with her own fan base, her own spotlight, her own global attention, and that scared people. Cheryl Miller explained that the old guard, coaches, executives, and even certain players, felt threatened because Caitlin's rise was too fast, too organic, too powerful. She became the most influential athlete in women's sports without their support, without their marketing, without their machine behind her. And instead of celebrating her, the system pushed back. Cheryl pointed to the exact moments fans have been debating all year: the elbows that were laughed off as basketball plays, the shoves that were brushed away by commentators, the viral clips of players targeting her with unnecessary aggression, the groin injury that many fans feel was caused by reckless defense, the media members who downplayed her accomplishments, and of course, the moment Team USA told her she'd be wearing a different number, not through a respectful conversation, but through a cold, bureaucratic announcement that made her look like the problem. Cheryl said Caitlin wasn't treated like a future face of USA basketball. She was treated like an outsider who needed to be controlled, softened, and pushed into line. And the craziest part? Cheryl said Team USA had already made their decision months earlier, long before training camps and injury updates. In closed-door meetings, according to Cheryl, the priority was protecting veterans, preserving locker room hierarchy, and making sure no rookie, especially not one with the power to overshadow the entire roster, got the keys to the kingdom. Cheryl then dropped the heaviest bombshell. Team USA was internally divided. Coaches conflicted. Executives arguing. Veterans worried about being overshadowed. Some teammates quietly worried about media attention. Some insiders loved the millions of new viewers Caitlin brought. Others hated it. A superstar rising too fast, and a room full of people unsure how to deal with her. Cheryl's voice cracked when she said, Caitlin Clark plays the game the right way, and she is being punished for it. And that line hit fans deep because it summed up what millions have been feeling all season. The jealousy, the resistance, the politics, the media manipulation, the narratives painted around her, and the attempts to dim her light. From college records to WNBA ratings explosions to global fan engagement, Caitlin Clark did more for the sport in 1 year than some organizations did in 2 decades. And instead of lifting her, the system fought her rise. And now, thanks to Cheryl Miller,